The question is, what kind of tournament did you just see the introduction for? A soccer game? A football game? A basketball game? Or a hockey game? The answer is none of the above. You just watched the introduction to a video game tournament, which these athletes on stage are receiving a gold medal in the Asian Games for. With popular media being stuck in the past, is the cause for the debate.
So this is basically going to be a league watching people play video games.
And I'm laughing because I can't think of anything less interesting, but
This is where Rick Fox, NBA legend and self-proclaimed defender of esports, comes in and defends the cyber athletes.
I'm not here to debate the level at which they fit and slot in between basketball players. They are digital athletes. They're professional digital athletes.
A lot of people know I stand with the athletes as professional athletes, and I'll debate that with anybody, or I'll have that conversation with anybody.
I think the trigger point is professional.
And before you shun or impose your idea of what you think someone else should be doing, check yourself.
From starting in their parents' basements, competitive gaming evolved. Now everyone from high schools, universities, and established athletic organizations have invested heavily into esports training facilities for their players. This investment came off the back of a new game, and that game is League of Legends. Starting from the beginning, League of Legends was released October 7, 2009 to a wide audience that was previously playing games such as Dota and StarCraft. It quickly became the most popular game in the world, enrapturing fans with its blistering pace for the genre, and within 2 years, hosting its first international event. Attending this event are champions from Riot, the maker of the game's official leagues from around the world. The first year saw 12 teams compete for a $100,000 cash prize. Just 1 year after this successful launch, the prize pool was increased to $2 million and included Asian participants for the first time. This final tournament has now been increased to 24 teams who come from every continent, competing for a prize pool of $4.3 million. The die-hard fans even dress up like their favorite characters while attending events, and while you're attending this event, you may mistake the noise for that of a World Cup final. The athletes, Faker and Bjergsen.
Bjergsen's the best player in NA by far.
I'm Stormbjörg. I play mid lane for Team Solo Mid. I was born in a small town in Denmark. It's one grocery store, like one restaurant. It's kind of like in the middle of nowhere. One of my biggest fears is definitely that I might just end up not being good enough anymore. In a year or two, there's going to be a new Bjergsen. There's going to be someone who is better than me, and it's going to be hard for me to keep up.
While being born in Denmark, Bjergsen represents North America on the world stage. Across from his greatest competition in his position, Faker. Faker represents South Korea while competing for SKT Telecoms 1. He is individually categorized as the best and most popular player in the world, and he is set to meet Bjergsen on the world stage. The two met at the Mid-Season Invitational in 2017, one of the premier international tournaments, with Faker coming out on top and SKT Telecoms winning the tournament. This win represented South Korea's dominance in the League of Legends scene that continues to this day. The popularity and attention that was given to esports because of League of Legends allowed it to gain recognition on the world stage. Pioneer in championing its professional players as athletes and has gotten the cyber athletes recognition beyond what was once thought possible. This started in 2013 when the American government recognized the players by allowing them to enter the United States on an athlete's visa. This also meant that schools were allowed to offer scholarships to international students to come and study at their universities while also playing League of Legends and other games for them. Ever since their recognition as athletes, players have been petitioning the IOC and other international organizations to allow video games to be represented on their stages. This finally happened in 2018 with League of Legends admittance into the Asian Games, where each qualifying country sent their best team in search of bringing home the gold. This places the cyber athletes on par with their real-life counterparts, as in Korea, had the team won a gold, it would have excused them from mandatory military service in similar fashion to the Korean men's soccer team. What is next for League of Legends and its cyber athletes? Only time will tell.